everyone, it's Ebony Assassin and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. I know, I am not as consistent as I should be, but we gonna get there. If y'all hear them crickets or whatever those are rubbing their feet together, I'm so sorry. I don't know how they are so awake so early because I'm doing this video very early. If you clicked on this video, you wanna know if driving Lyft is worth it in 2022. Short answer, carefully. Maybe. A little bit. I just want to say that my experience driving Lyft is a very niche experience of driving Lyft. I use the Express Drive Lyft. The Express Drive program is where Lyft gives you a car to then go drive for them. Yes, you've heard right. Lyft gives you a car so that you can drive for them. Yeah, let's just get into that. For the program, you have to be approved, obviously. They just don't want anyone to just be driving their cars. The car that I got was a Toyota Prius 2012, oh my God, I would be livid. 2022 Toyota Prius. Ironically, that car is so small, but a lot of the cars that you're gonna get from the Express Drive program are gonna be very gas efficient cars. So that is a hybrid. I have a hybrid Toyota Prius. I don't recommend not using a hybrid car or knowing that you have a gas guzzler type of car. To get that car in the Express Drive program, you have to fill out an application and then they'll review your application. I'm guessing they look at your driving record, they look at whether you have tickets, maybe? I don't know, whatever. When you're approved, there is a deposit. Now, the deposit is not for the weak. Like if you're like, I'm trying to hustle, get quick cash, whatever, I don't think this is necessarily the option. Maybe if you're using your own car, for sure, but an Express Drive situation, I think that you would need a lot more money than you think. So the deposit is $350. At least in Atlanta, at least where I live, that's the price they are telling people. Where you live, it might be less, hopefully not more. When you first drive Lyft, say this is your first time ever driving Lyft, you've never driven for a job, you've never done any of that stuff. Like me, I have never driven for a job till now. I actually don't enjoy driving that much, but I'm like, I need a vehicle and I need to get from point A to point B, and I don't necessarily have the funds right now, so let me just try to do this. Girl. After you get approved and you give Lyft $350 and you get the car, great! Now we can go off and do rides. That's the best part of this whole thing, right? They actually have weekly rates, and the weekly rate for the rental of the car depends on what you want. So I think the unlimited miles and unlimited everything is around $300 a week. I don't know the exact number, but it's almost $400 a week to drive the car as your own and then also drive for Lyft. That is gonna be $300 a week. The lowest you can go, at least in the city that I live in, it's like $169 a week. That's not including tax, that's not including, you know, the pay as you go. And so they do pay as you go in Express Drive, and that is $15 per 25 miles. So it's $169 plus 25. So it's really $189 after everything if you only drive 25 miles for that week personally and then do Lyft. For me, it's not consistent enough to where it's like you can guess how much you're gonna owe. I think that you have to put yourself on a budget if you don't wanna go over, because even if you go over by 1 mile, they're going to charge you $15. Even if it's like Sunday at 11 p.m. Trust me on that one, okay? I know what you're thinking. I wanna drive Lyft because I wanna earn money. I wanna be my own boss. I wanna just have an unlimited amount of money I can make. And while that may be true, that is also like not true. In my experience and in my humble opinion, I've only been doing Lyft, I think, for about a month and a half now. So I feel like I got my feet wet, but also I figured out some tricks. I don't even know if those are those frogs, crickets. They're so loud. I hope you guys do not hear that. The amount of work that you put in is how much you get, basically. So if you only drive a couple hours a day, 2-3 hours a day, that is not gonna be enough to earn money on top of the rental costs that you're gonna have to have. Think about that. If you want some tricks and tips on how to actually make a lot of money in one day, I can make a video about that too. But this, I'm trying to tell you if it's worth it or not worth it right now. So in my opinion, my humblest opinion, bonuses will make it worth it in Lyft. If you're just driving around and you're just dropping people off 2 or 3 miles away, even 5 miles away sometimes, and there's no bonus in your area or there's no incentive, it's not gonna be as lucrative if there was a bonus. So say you're driving somebody 5 miles away, that could be as low as a $4 ride, depending on, you know, how long it was and all this other stuff. There is a gas surcharge now, but in my humblest opinion, don't think it's worth as much as people think it is. I think as the contractors, which if you drive for Lyft, you're a contractor, the contractors don't get as much money as, say, the company itself. It feels like a 60-40 type of thing, but I could be wrong. It could be less than that, more than that, whatever. Lyft is definitely on the bigger side as far as like monetization. Mostly when people pay for a Lyft ride, most of the money is going to Lyft, and then whatever the percentage is for us, that's what we get. You would think it would be the other way around. I'm just trying to be as transparent as possible. If you have your own car and you're driving Lyft, I think that's a way better experience, because one day I made like $500 a week and I'm like, oh my God, that's super exciting. I can't believe I made $500 this whole week. And then I remembered I do express drive Lyft. So my weekly rate for a long time was the whole 120 miles plus the rental, so that equates to $240. So I have to pay $240 a week before I can get my earnings. And so even though I made $500 or close to $500, I only saw about $281. So I made a little under $5. As much as that's exciting, I wish I had all of it, because I was driving long distances. Like, that's the thing, like when you're first starting out and you've never done Lyft before, like you're going to be given so many rides that you can't see, you don't know how long it's going to be, you don't know anything, and you're just kind of being dived into it. Think about how long it's going to take you to get to even $100. Like the first day that I drove Lyft, I made $40 in 8 rides, and I'm like, I gotta be doing this wrong. I have to be doing this wrong. And I was. Let me know if you wanna know what I figured out. I was like, whoa, how am I supposed to even get $240? Nonetheless, more money for me to earn. It's a little hard. Driving Lyft as a woman is also a totally different experience in itself. I could let you know about that as well, but I'm just gonna tell you a little tip. If you're driving Lyft as a woman, I would suggest giving your location to someone. Lyft is obviously not gonna filter out rides for you to be like, oh, she's a woman, so let's like not have her pick up some random person so far out. You just have to really be your own emergency contact in that situation, or be your own safety, because while Lyft encourages safety, they kind of can't really do anything specifically. Sometimes if it's super late at night and the passenger doesn't have a photo and it's a weird name that looks weird, I just cancel it. I don't care what kind of bonus it is or what kind of whatever. Like at the end of the day, I gotta make it home. So there's that. I feel like this video feels a little rambly, but let's really think about everything that I said. Overall, do I think that Lyft is worth it in 2022? Yes. I don't know if it's just me like always trying to try something new or always finding a new way to do things. Like, I think everything is definitely worth a try. And so my experience probably won't be your experience, but I'm just letting you know we might have similar experiences. This could be lucrative if you really put the strategy behind it and have a reason why you're doing it and really go gung-ho from there. I've seen people that use Express Drive and they're making $800, $900, and I know how they're doing that, but it's like, it is a puzzle. You have to figure it out. You have to learn your city. You have to learn the incentives and like really fit that into your life. So it's just never ending. I think that I can show you some more tips and tricks and show you how much I've made at the highest and the lowest. And let me tell you something, if you don't make that weekly mark of whatever your price is, Lyft will take it out of your account. And I mean, obviously, they're probably like, well, you owe us $240 a week every week, and if you don't give us $240, well, we're just gonna charge you the difference. And you can see it as, oh, I got a rental car for a week for $50, but you're still paying for it in labor. So it's like, think about that. The price tag is through your labor usually. If you're not paying anything, but you're not actually gaining money, you're paying for it in some way. If you like this video, want to see more videos, like, comment, subscribe. I will definitely give you a video breakdown if you'd like to see it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see ya. Bye.